almost tackled from behind, does well to stay on his feet, but gives the ball away. And there was a big worry there that something was going to break there for the Bearings, but Bosch Haney does well. Break his line. Shion Soga, he's the guy they want to have the ball at the feet of if they're going to create anything dangerous. Kellen Landefeld's not a bad option either. Will Perkins has some space on that far side. He's going to take a touch. Take 2 touches before getting forced back out wide. Play it down to Landefeld. Gets it over to Mazzo. Mazzo to Waits. Waits is going to take a touch. Get it back to Benny Tandy. Referee says that was all ball and the Bearings could break here. Through the feet of Conor Hughes. Conor Hughes plays it forward and unable to find his teammate over there, Reed Culberson. And it will be Detroit City FC throw. Back to the DCFC back line. Every time the ball goes back to James Lee, and Josh Waits, it's been really composed. Nothing too much pressure from there. Brady Walker again. Danger man Brady Walker on this near side. Benny Taney does well to lay it off to Brady Walker. Gets it back to Shion. Thought about taking a shot, but plays it to Kellen Landefeld. That's a beautifully shaped ball. Takes a touch, stays in on that goal line, and then played forward for number 19, trying to dribble past Will Perkins. Eventually just pushes him over, and it will be a free kick to Detroit City Football Club. Really good job. Zion Beaton does well to create space. Kellen Landefeld, Bosch Tanny wants it in the box. So does Brady Walker. They were queuing up for that one. Will Perkins now plays it over the top. Shion Soga picking up the scraps. Has a rifle shot and it's saved by the West Michigan Bearings goalkeeper. That one really didn't have a lot on it from the start. Not too much pressure there from the Bearings keeper. But the first shot on target so far for City in that one. They've really dominated possession and control so far this one. Bearings have looked dangerous, at least in the midfield on a few opportunities, but nothing of note yet. Trying to just play 1-2 fast-paced football here, and they're just not really connecting on those second passes. Really windy day here. Continue to mention it. I think we'll see an avoidance of sorts of playing the ball over the top due to this high wind. Ball played over the top. Zion Beaton is going to get onto it. Unable to take the touch to beat his man. He's going to create space, edge of the area. Takes a shot, and it's just wide of the goal. It will be a goal kick to the West Michigan Bearings. Following that Zion Beaton strike from outside the box. Did well to create the space. Unable to find the target. 12 minutes gone here in this one. Still a 0-0 score. Only 1 shot on target for both sides. Pretty decent crowd here for the heat and temperature, and it being, what, 4 p.m. at kickoff, so not too bad. A lot of people I know who follow this league quite closely, they're saying that these two teams are the ones to watch. Stars are off to a really great start. 4 wins, 1 loss. That loss coming to Detroit City FC, but everyone who seems to know a lot about this league is saying the West Michigan Bearings play really good football. And this match should be competitive, and quite frankly it has been so far. While Detroit City FC's control possession, they've really had nowhere to go with it. Speaking of which, Kellen Landefeld on that far side looks like he's going to almost beat his man, but it's cleared away. Bosch Tandy takes a touch, passes it over to his brother Benny, who finds Brady Walker on this near side. That was a cute little triangle from Detroit City FC. Brady Walker finds Bosch on this near side, who does well, plays his lines. Brady Walker has a strike. It's deflected. Great save there by the West Michigan Bearings goalkeeper. He would have seen that one late due to the deflection. Really good strike there from Brady Walker. I don't think the keeper was that concerned about it. If it wasn't for the deflection, it would have been a pretty simple save, but the deflection maybe put him off his footing just a little bit. And he takes the goal kick. Plays that one. Route one immediately over the top, though. Good job there by James Lee not to lose it in the air. Brady Walker plays it forward to Bosch Tanny. Bosch Tanny unable to beat Ryan Woodside on that one. Ball played across. Intercepted by Brady Walker, who looks up. He's going to find Kellen Landefeld on that far side. He has Shion Soga and Zion Beaton up top with him. Elects to go over to Josh Waits. Mazzo's been a quiet asset in that midfield so far in this one. Shion Soga, though, look at that's where his quality comes in right there. He plays the ball into Zion Beaton, who's onside. Bosch Tanny's in the middle, unable to get a head on it. But Brady Walker takes a touch, takes another touch, a third touch, going to play it into the box. Unable to find his teammate. Shion Soga leaps up for it. Putting pressure on the Bearings back line, but unable to make anything out of that one. Mazzo with a great interception. Beats the man. Mazzo plays it in and blocked by the Bearings right back. Again, Bosch Tanny here. So dangerous as he is, and almost got a foul there. Mazzo plays in Tanny. Bosch Tanny plays the ball into the box and finds Kellen Landefeld after it went over everybody else. And it will stay as the throw-in on this Detroit City FC end. Detroit City FC is doing a really, really good job getting these balls out wide, out to the flanks. Just missing that final ball into the box so far. Perkins will take this one on the far side. Over to Benny Tanny. Gets it over to Shion Soga. Back to Perkins. Perkins, another one of these guys who were so instrumental to Detroit City FC's success in 2019. Benny Tanny plays over the top, tried to find the head of his brother. Unable to, and it will be another West Michigan Bearings goal kick. Bosch Tanny completed high school the other day, and I know the NISA men's first team squad did something special for him at the field house before training the other day, so that was a good gesture. Like I said, he's part of that first team roster and saw some minutes down in Chattanooga when they played in the NISA Legends Cup. Mazzo with that pressure, and that's been the elixir to Detroit City FC's success, has been that pressure in the midfield and forcing all those turnovers and all those first ones to 50-50s, first ones to turnovers. So been really impressive so far, and you gotta wonder in this heat if that can be sustainable or they'll get tired eventually, but no signs of that yet. Bearings so far, really, really good job there by Abraham Ariano to retain possession. Really good one too there. Isaac Brack involved. Reed Culberson plays the ball into the box and eventually cleared away by the Detroit City FC back line. Go out of play for a Bearings throw-in. Taken again by Ryan Woodside, who really nice 1-2 there. Set up and thought they were going to have a rip there. Was Daniel Ariano. Unable to. He's going to reset, and Isaac Brack, really, really good, beating Brady Walker there. Plays the ball into the box, but cleared away by Will Perkins to Kellen Landefeld. Kellen Landefeld plays it back to Owen Finnerty, who, in a really composed manner, boots the ball forward, and Detroit City FC here on the ball again. That was probably West Michigan's best moment so far in this match, was that last couple of minutes as Shion Soga's on the ball and gets it over to Brady Walker. Mazzo plays it forward to Zion Beaton, who's onside. He takes a touch, he takes a right-footed strike and right to the feet of the West Michigan Bearings goalkeeper. Unlucky there. Will Perkins had his shot saved. It was right at the feet of Carter Salvius, who made himself big and made a good save with his feet to deny Detroit City FC the opener through Will Perkins. And that was a great ball by Mazzo. And we saw the first goal for Detroit City FC out in Livonia was a really similar circumstance. It was Mazzo playing a really beautiful ball over the top. Interception here. Kellen Landefeld has Soga on his right. Shion Soga. Will he see Bosch Tanny in the box? tries to get it over to him, unable to do so. Bosch Tandy chases to retain possession, does a really good job to get it to his brother, but cleared away by the West Michigan Bearings. Few touches there from the forward of the Bearings. Bobby McCaw from Dubuque, Iowa. Lethal goal scorer for Calvin University. 73 starts. He's got 62 goals and 23 assists in only 62 starts. So he'll be a threat going forward for the Bearings today. Ball played across and collected carefully by Owen Finnerty, who without hesitation gets up and immediately gets Detroit City FC going again. Landefeld staying strong, retaining possession to the feet of Shion Soga, who's going to look up. He has Bosch Tanny, who's waiting for it, unable to find the final ball to him. But the idea was there, and Brady Walker there, really composed. I thought for a second he was going to be beaten there by Daniel Ariano, unable to do so. He does well to track back and snuff out that attack. Perkins on the far side, gets to Landefeld. Landefeld is going to know that Bosch Tanny's in behind here, but Shion Soga's making a run as well as Zion Beaton. Zion Beaton's through on goal, takes a right-footed strike, and it is 1-0 Detroit City FC. Zion Beaton beats the West Michigan Bearings goalkeeper with a right-footed strike that finds the back of the net, and Detroit City FC are up here in the 20th minute of this one. Really great composure there from Zion Beaton. Had the confidence to take the strike. He would have seen Bosch Tandy out of the corner of his eye for the tap in, but instead elected for the right-footed strike, which finds the back of the net here. Detroit City FC are up at Keyworth Stadium, 1-0. Bearings now kick off, trailing 1-0. Zion Beaton from Belleville, Michigan. Played over 500 minutes in the spring of 21 with the makeup for the canceled coronavirus season. Led the team with 27 shots, though. Scored 3 goals and assisting 1, and his account's open right now for Detroit City FC, and it was a really, really good goal. I believe that was Shion Soga with the assist on that one. Really composed finish. Took his time, didn't rush it, and went for placement over power. But don't get me wrong, there was a lot of power in that one to beat the goalkeeper. You got to say that lead is deserved by DCFC. Will Perkins is here on the far side. Thought the ball was going to go over to him, but I think the wind might have took that one more into the path of Zion Beaton, who's unable to get a foot on it. Ball switched over to that far side there by Ryan Schoen. A lot of pressure there from the Bearings, and Bearings I thought were going to be in there for a second, but there was a slip, and they'll say it's a free kick to the Bearings, and this will be in a dangerous position, kind of an acute angle a little bit, but something could happen here. You know, get the ball into the mixer, anything really could happen. It looks like it's going to be taken here by Conor Hughes from Wichita Falls, Texas. Really talented midfielder, mercurial, if you will, throw that word in there. And he'll be standing over this one, looking to get a ball into the box. I don't think the angle or the distance can really justify a shot here. Looks like it's going to be an outswinger. Ball played into the box, and it goes over everybody. It will be a goal kick here. Owen Finnerty will collect the second ball and launch this one up to his teammates, it looks like. Bearings are coached by Dave Hurdle, who I must say he's very much a boots on during training type manager. Of course, he played for the Richmond Kickers, USL Richmond Kickers, and he was part of the Richmond Kickers team that beat 2 MLS sides en route to the Lamar Hunt Open Cup semifinal. So he's doesn't mind getting his boots on and get involved in training. He was definitely involved in warm-ups earlier, and really like to see that. And as a player, it's a fun person to play for, having this experience and not being afraid to join in on training. And flip side of the coin, Detroit City FC is kind of in the similar boat. You know, Javi Bautista played for Detroit City FC for a couple years, really knows what it means to wear that crest for DCFC, and so he'll know what to look for in terms of culture and what we're trying to build here and get things going. Again, both managers not afraid to hop into a training session, put the boots on, show them exactly what he wants them to do. And that 1-0 lead, 1-0 lead, excuse me, you have to say is deserved so far for Detroit City FC. Mazzo thought about playing a ball over the top to the feet of Soga. Soga finds Kellen Landefeld on the far side, will want it back, gets it back, and again, a really nice little triangle over there to find Will Perkins, who was in some space. Benny Tanley lays it off for Brady Walker to get over to it. Zion Beaton takes a touch. Shion Soga. Soga back over the top, trying to find Bosch Haney, unable to do so, right into the hands of the West Michigan Bearings goalkeeper. Cleared up field. Will Perkins likes to play it back to his goalkeeper on that one. Probably a good idea. Just blast it forward. Shion Soga tried to get 2 touches out of that one, unable to do so. And Brady Walker on this near side, who's been incredible, honestly, finds Bosch Tandy, who's gotten him behind. He has Zion Beaton if he's onside, but referee on that far side called him off. Goalkeeper's gonna take this one from pretty far out, maybe, what is that, 25 yards out from his goal. Just to maybe get some touches, be involved with this one a little bit more and urge his team upfield. I see his center back now standing behind him just in case this goes awry. Will Perkins was the first one to it, and Kellen Landefeld tried to close it down, not able to do so, but it's backed up by Mazzo, who does a great job to find Shion Soga, who, unable to get to it, was only a step or 2 behind it, and will now break for the Bearings. Bearings have been best when they, have some touches in that midfield, but like I've said before, the relentless press from DCFC is just really making it hard for them to find the pocket space they need to be successful. Offside was the call on that one. 27 minutes gone in this one so far. 1-0 lead to Detroit City FC. I mentioned 88-degree weather, but there is a nice breeze that's been persisting all throughout. But on the field, of course, that turf, it's probably a lot hotter down there. Ball played over the top from the back by Mazzo. Shion Soga does well to get a head on it. Might have had the speed to run that one down, but the goalkeeper for the Bearings, again, Carter Salvius, was there to clean that one up. Get forward, and it's going to be James Lee, takes a touch and tried to touch it past the Bearings player, unable to do so, so he slides, hits it clear, although only as far as Isaac Brack, who's been their standout player so far, does well to find McCaw, then intercepted there before a strike could come out, and DCFC break again. Kellen Landefeld takes a touch. Mazzo's there. Puts it through the legs of the player defending him, and Landefeld, who's been on that far side all day, comes to this near side. Looks like he'll try to find Zion Beaton on that one. Ball kind of died there. I feel like that was a win situation. Just look at that's perfect example of this press that's just been so beneficial for Detroit City FC. And like I said before, because of this heat, I'm not sure how long that'll keep up, but these guys are in way better shape than I am. So a lot longer than I could do it. Benny Tanny finds Walker. Walker to Mazzo. Mazzo over to Benny Tanny. Finds Kellen Landefeld. And Will Perkins now. Everyone's getting a touch in this run of possession, it looks like, as Mazzo was trying to get that to the feet of Sheehan. It's cleared out for a DCFC throw-in at about midfield. 29 minutes gone here. Every time the ball's gone to the feet of the Detroit City FC center backs, he's just been so composed. And that's the difference right here, is composure. And every time one of these guys gets the ball, they're playing with their head up, and that's paramount to their success. Brady Walker here. Benny Tanny as the wind picks up. Bosch Tanny now, like I said, Benny and Bosch. They're rostered for the NISA first team, who is probably watching this game. If they are, shout out to them. And they have their match against Stumptown tonight as Will Perkins on this near side plays in. Brady Walker with the strike, and it's a really, really crucial block there by the West Michigan Bearings captain, Ryan Woodside, who keeper was beat, kind of rooted to his spot, and it will be the first corner of the match here for Detroit City FC. Sheehan Soga does well to check with photographer John DeBoer to make sure he's got good photos of him. And he's been on the ball so much tonight, I wouldn't be shocked if he did. Soga now going to be a outswinger, if I had to guess. Just sails over everybody and almost cleared away there by the Bearings, but Bosch Tanny's been, frankly, if I was a Bearings player, I'd be annoyed with some of these DCFC players. And Will Perkins tried I believe he tried a rainbow flick there, which would have been absolutely filthy, but it did not come off as he was tackled to the ground. Detroit City FC's goalkeeper core is really impressive for this level, and they really haven't been tested so far in this league. And there's a challenge there that clips Brady Walker. And number 7 for the Bearings, that'll be Daniel Ariano, will go into the book, the Muskegon Community College forward. Played his ball at at Holland High School with his brother Abraham Ariano. There, 3 of them that played there at Holland, but 2 of them here on this West Michigan Bearings roster. Sheehan Soga seems to be the set-piece specialist here for this under-23 side, and he should be. The way he can shape a ball is absolutely crucial for these set pieces, and wouldn't be shocked if we see a good delivery here. Gonna put this one into the mixer. He's got his center backs up. Throw this one back to Will Perkins. Unable to find the head, but we got Brady Walker here who's gonna try to find Bosch Tanny. It was a really good idea and almost came off for him. Soga now beats his man. Plays it back to James Lee. It was a little bit wayward, but James Lee puts in the work to get over to it. Mazzo. Mazzo's been really solid in that midfield so far in this one. Really impressed with him. Played a half in Livonia last week and was really impressed there. Brady Walker takes a touch. Kellen Landefeld wanted it played forward. Back to Mazzo. Mazzo to Sheehan, unable to control that one, and Bearings force a turnover. There's been few and far between from the Bearings so far in this one. Benny Tanny, really good pressure there. When Benny Tanny signed for Detroit City FC last year, before the NISA Independent Cup, he was the youngest player on Detroit City FC's roster, I believe first team roster. I bet his brother's taken over that position now. Like I mentioned, just finished high school the other day, so congratulations to Bosch Tanny on that accomplishment. And a couple days later, he was out here playing and doing a really good job up front for this Detroit City FC squad. Bearings now have some space here. They're going to find their captain, Ryan Woodside, who's going to play the ball into the box, and half clearance there from Benny Tanny. It's 1 back from Detroit City FC again by Benny Tanny, who makes up for the half clearance. City FC's really in control of this one, not really had too much to worry about, and I don't think they've taken out a fifth gear in this one, and if they had to, I feel like they would, or if they need to later in the game, excuse me, I feel like they will. But so far, just been pretty, I don't want to say easy for them, but it's not been difficult. Kellen Landefeld finds Soga, who has Zion beaten on that far side, the goal scorer so far in this one. And that combination is what led to the goal, and Shion gets it back, plays the ball in, tries to get it, and looks like it'll go out for a goal kick. There was a shove in the back, referee didn't call it. Would have been the same result, just a free kick. 11 minutes left in this half. All the goal scoring opportunities have been on this side of the field. Ball played forward. Bearings have had a few really decent spells of possession, but then, you know, stuff like that just happens where the pressure just gets to them and they play the ball out of bounds. They're like a machine, this Detroit Stadium U23 side, and Shion Soga's the cog, the linchpin in this machine, plays the ball in. Bosch handing just over his head. Uses that speed to try to keep it in, unable to do so, and then a little bit of gamesmanship there from the younger Tanny brother. Zion beaten does really well to close down the center back and unable to really let him breathe up for a second and wants the ball. Mazzo makes the run himself. Mazzo finds Bosch Tanny. Referee put his flag up. That looked on to me, but referee has the final say, and it will be another offsides. Carter Selvey has probably been the most involved in this game for the Bearings. Had a really, really good save on the shot from Will Perkins about 5 or 10 minutes before Detroit City FC's opener. Good win there from Mazzo. Landefeld, he kind of lost his footing there. Maybe the turf caught up with him a little bit, but played back. And important thing to note, all of Detroit City FC's matches so far on the 23 side have been played on turf. They, of course, train here at Keyworth Stadium, so they're used to the turf and how the ball reacts on it. I know at least Lake St. Clair FC, the team based in Mount Clemens, Michigan, they play on a grass field, so interesting to see if that does anything. And Benny Taney gives the ball away here, and Bearings of first dangerous opportunity. Oh, Infinity comes out. Sweeper keeper is going to play it forward to Brady Walker. Oh, Infinity spent some time in the U18 USA national team, excuse me. Of course, the son of Brian Goose Finnerty, who led the Detroit Rockers to the title in 1992. So sort of a family legacy between the Sticks and the Finnerty family. Really seems to be, he really is Michigan's undisputed #1 goalkeeper, and Michigan men's soccer, really, really good program over there in Ann Arbor. Detroit City FC's goalkeeping core for this league is so impressive. I mean, you have Michigan State's #1 and Michigan's #1. And they have to split time just like they did in 2019 to great effect for Detroit City's last hurrah in the NPSL. Shocked to see Brady Walker playing so wide. When he played in Livonia, scored that brace, had the assist. He was more central. He's kind of here in a, I want to say wingback role, but kind of, it's looked like that. Perkins here, speaking of wingback, gets it over to Zion Beaton, who does really, really well to retain possession there. That's back to the Detroit City FC goalkeeper. Throw in here for the Bearings. Ryan Schroen into Conor Hughes, Wichita Falls, Texas. 42 starts at Cedarville in 3 years. It'll be a foul against Detroit City Football Club. Just the one booking so far in this match that was in earlier in this first half from Daniel Ariano. First tackle on Brady Walker. Ryan Woodside there. Thought about playing it into the box. Didn't really have anyone there. They're going to kind of reset here and get their shape back. Good switches here from the Bearings. And again, Will Perkins on that far side. Just this whole team really not letting the Bearings breathe at all. Shion Soga, speaking of which, wins the ball back in the midfield. Mazzo gets it over to Landefeld. Plays it back. Really just composed and really structured possession here, as we've seen 2.5 games from Detroit City FC so far. Never really seem to not have the plan. They look up, they know where their teammates are. Just as I say that, sort of a misplaced wayward pass there. Drum section over there on the far side of Keyworth, starting to get some life to it. They're getting ready for the NISA match tonight between Detroit City FC and Stumptown Athletic. Like I said, considering the heat, 4 p.m. kickoff, really decent crowd here for this match. Josh Waite's been tested a few times, but he's been up to the challenge every single time. Infinity finds Walker, who's in a lot of space, has the time to get it to Tanny. Benny Tanny, that is. Shion Soga. He's going to find Bosch Tanny on this near side. He's going to look up, find Brady Walker. Brady Walker's in behind. Goalkeeper thought about coming. Played the ball across to nobody. Will Perkins trying to beat his man to get to the end of it. To the end, it's going to be Kellen Landefeld who corrals that one, and Bosch Tanny wants that one. Not making himself too well known, trying to stay a little bit hidden. Benny Tanny back. That's where Detroit City FC's been their most dangerous, just getting the ball from those flanks and finding the feet of their midfielders in really advanced positions. It came off the one time through the Zion Beaton strike in the 21st minute. It's coming up on 42 minutes here, gone in the first half. Tried. See, that was Wage tried to find the ball to Brady Walker, unable to do so, and things have kind of slowed down here a little bit these last couple minutes. Don't know if that's fatigue or Detroit City FC just being really content with the way this game's going. They should be, considering they've got the lead and they've really been the dominant force in this one as we creep up on halftime. Said Will Perkins was instrumental for Detroit City FC in the 2019 MPSL campaign, from that wingback position. Started most matches, I believe. He's a really crucial asset to that Michigan State team, and Damon Rensing loves him, and he says, you know, when he's in the team, his team's better. Registering over 800 minutes for them this past year in 2021. Really, really good strength there by Landefeld to retain possession for Detroit City FC. Waits as well to find Benny Tanny. Takes a touch. We'll go out for Detroit City FC throw-in. Not too much pressure from the Bearings. Seems like every time Detroit City FC gets the ball, they have a little bit of time to work, and that's been the big difference so far in this one. I've said it a bunch, but it's just so obvious every single time the ball goes over and is in at the feet of the Bearings, excuse me. They really just don't have time to do anything with it before it's back in Detroit City FC's path, and it'll be a free kick now to Le Rouge as Benny Taney's fouled on that far side. Benny Taney now has Brady Walker. Brady Walker does really well to beat both men, unable to get the foot on it. Brady Walker, of course, the Saginaw Valley State Cardinal. Like I said, his winner against the Stars in Romeo. An absolute wonder volley. Took a touch, headed it down to himself, and then with the left-footed strike went bar and down. And that ended up being the difference in that Detroit City FC victory that day. Played soccer and track, ran track in high school, so he's got the speed, got the stamina for sure to play out there in this heat, and he's no stranger to it. As we come up on stoppage time here for the first half. Shion Soga to the feet of Perkins. Perkins finds Walker. Walker takes a touch, takes a left-footed strike, and it was never really going that fast, but still, you never really know with shots like that, but a roller to the goalkeeper, and he'll throw it out. No indication of how much stoppage time we'll have in this one. Intercepted again in the midfield by Kellen Landefeld, who looks up, finds the feet of Shion Soga. Shion Soga beats the man, and there was a little bit of miscommunication on that one, and would have been a really good chance for Le Rouge, but offside flag comes up. Can't imagine there'll be too much stoppage in this one. Only saw the one goal, and a lot of the play has been only a few fouls, only that one booking. And right on cue, the referee blows the whistle. We are in halftime here at Keyworth Stadium. Detroit City FC leads 1-0 through the Zion Beaton strike in the 21st minute. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for the second half of this Midwest Premier League match. Welcome back to Keyworth Stadium for the second half of this Midwest Premier League matchup between Detroit City FC's under-23 side and the West Michigan Bearings. The only goal that separates us in this one was scored in the 21st minute by Zion Beaton. A really composed right-footed strike. It looks like we're going to have a substitution here at halftime. That'll be number 13, Keith Larson, to come on. Not sure who he's replacing yet. Keith Larson from Warren, Michigan, 5'10 forward. Came on against the Stars in the first match, made a really good impact, getting in really dangerous positions and doing a lot of work up top. It looks like I don't see Zion Beaton back out there. Looks like he's coming on for Zion Beaton, the goal scorer. Keith Larson replacing him, and some big shoes to fill. Keith Larson started the match at Livonia. Played well, like I said before, like he did against the Stars. Got in really dangerous positions. And he'll come on, replace the goal scorer. Big shoes to fill. Detroit City FC went into the half with a 1-0 lead, and a little bit of a delay here. Not sure for what. I think we're waiting on the refereeing crew. I don't see any of them out there. Detroit City FC players gonna have a few extra touches and play the ball around. Waiting on the referees for this one. If you're just joining us, the first half of this match, was really dominated by Detroit City FC. Their press in the midfield has been absolutely relentless. I can't think of a time where a West Michigan Bearings player had more time to take 2 or 3 touches, and every single time they get the ball, they're like hornets that swarm, especially in the midfield, and force these turnovers and get going the other way for Detroit City FC. Everyone's just standing around waiting. It was a 15-minute halftime. I believe the officials now are making their way out. Now we could be good to get back underway. They got to update them on the substitution that's going to take place here for DCFC at halftime. Keith Larson, a really physical presence up top. He really is an intelligent forward, gets in behind. You give him enough chances, eventually he'll put one of those home. We'll be hoping to do that. The only substitution at halftime for DCFC. Shion Soga looks desperate to get this one underway. 11 players on the field for both sides, and referee checks his watch and blows his whistle. We're off for the second half here at Keyworth Stadium. Thought we were, now we are. Mazzo there to Perkins, who's now on this near side. Waits. James Lee takes a touch. And that's the difference right there. I mean, you see it. You see Bearings just letting Detroit City FC play. And that's probably what's going to cost them in this one. Really good ball there. Shion Soga tried to do something creative there. And Keith Larson, first touch is going to be sort of in on goal. He beats his man, dribbles into the box. Keith Larson's going to take a left-footed strike just wide of that far post. It looks like it was deflected by a Bearings center back, and it will be a corner to Detroit City FC, their second of the match. That was the 9th shot of this game for DCFC. Still yet to have a shot out of the Bearings, so that just shows the dominance that was displayed in that first half. As their set-piece specialist, Shion Soga is going to walk over to take this one. Second corner of the game. Kind of lost that one in the wind, I think, but finds Benny Tanny, who found Mazzo, who took a shot on the turn. Played up here from the Bearings. Some real urgency there from the goalkeeper. Perkins, kind of a heavier touch, and James Lee's going to get over to it and take a touch before sending it back to O Infinity. Takes his time before finding Landefeld on that far side. Stoppage in play here, as we have an injury on the far side of the field, to the right as well. I believe that's Shion Soga who's down. That's the last thing Detroit City FC coaching and fans are going to want to see as the trainer comes on to tend to the injured LaRouge midfielder. Playing in this hot. I mean, like I said, it's 88 degrees in the air, which means it's probably over 100 down on that turf. So I wouldn't be shocked to see cramps and things of that nature with how much Detroit City FC's been pressing, especially the midfield, and Shion Soga's been the linchpin of that midfield. Trainer tending to him there. Said lived in Japan with his family until 2019 when they all decided to come over, move to Detroit, Michigan, where he played 1 year of high school soccer at Novi, played for the Michigan Jaguars as well. University of South Florida said, hey, we want some of that, and we really see him grow into his game for that last year there at USF, and he gets up and claps from the fans here in attendance, trying to walk it off like could be a cramp, and Detroit City FC's got a few midfielders on the bench. Don't want to take any chances here. We're back underway. I wouldn't be shocked if we see more of those, given the conditions in the air and on the field. We'll resume play. It'll be a throw-in. And Shion looks like he's going to walk off. Probably maybe being forced to re-enter. I don't see any movement here from the Detroit City FC bench, and Shion Soga's waved back onto the field. Good news for Javi Bautista and the coaching staff. Javi Bautista, of course, like I mentioned, played for Detroit City FC for a number of years and scored a few goals, and like I said, really understands the culture, knows what it means to wear that crest for Detroit City Football Club. And I think his team's going to be a really good reflection of that. Mazzo has space. He's going to play it forward. That's going to be Bosch Tandy, who's going to try to get to the end on it, but unable to do so, as Ryan Schoen was the first one there to it. Coach Javi, give a shout out to his YouTube channel. Pretty successful on YouTube, 163,000 subscribers, where he gives advice to youth soccer players, college soccer players, and does a really good job breaking down drills and how to get better at the game, and built quite the following on YouTube, 163,000. So, coach in the daytime, YouTuber at night. Shion Soga runs over there. Thought he was going to throw in. Good to see him running around again, following the cramp. Keith Larson gets a touch. Kellen Landefeld dribbles in. Only as far as the Bearing center back, though. And Perkins just being an absolute pest on that near side. Keith Larson takes a couple touches. He's going to have a strike with the left foot. What a strike by Keith Larson. Edge of the area, did really well to create space, and then left foot. The keeper would have seen that one. Lake was rooted to his spot, and it is 2-0 Detroit City FC. Keith Larson with an absolute rocket. It was bending always away from the goalkeeper for the Bearings. I said he had big shoes to fill coming on for the goal scorer, and he filled those shoes well. It is 2-0 now to Detroit City FC. I believe Will Perkins will get the assist for that one. Really good strike, and we're going to have Shion Soga. Looks like he's struggling again with those cramps, so this might be the end of his day, as there's some action taking place over there on the Detroit City FC bench. Detroit City FC doubling their advantage through the left-footed strike of Keith Larson. Took it well. And Shion Soga's being carried off the field by West Michigan Bearings players. That's a really, really good sign of sportsmanship there. Class act. I had a chance to talk to the West Michigan Bearings head coach for this one, Dave Hurdle. really, really stand-up guy, and that's reflected in the way his team's been playing so far here today, and reflected by that act of sportsmanship there by being carried off and placed on the trainer's table. Hopefully Shion's all right, but a really, really good act there by the West Michigan Bearings players. And they're going to get, not often you see opposing players get clapped at here from the Detroit City FC fans, but we see it there. Really, really good gesture, and we hope Shion Soga's okay. Looks like 2 subs here for Detroit City FC. Jack Zuge is going to be coming on. Number 17, Benedict Haney coming off. And, of course, number 18, Shion Soga coming off. So now, Jack Zuge on. Jack Zuge, Michigan State Spartan. Every single person I've talked about Jack Zuge has said he has that it factor. He has what it takes to really perform at a higher level, and we've seen that. I mean, he's still such a young guy in the Michigan State program, but Damon Vensing has trusted him to play very, very often. And like I said, everyone I talked to says he has that it factor. Started at the Stars, came on at halftime against Livonia for DCFC. Another substitution for Detroit City FC. It's be number 25, Jack Strayberger. His first appearance so far for Detroit City FC, the Grosse Pointe Wards midfielder. Plays for Butler University when he's on college duty, primarily a right back. Super talented player, but his first couple years at Butler, he's had a rough go of it. Injured his first year out, so good for him to get minutes, and no better time when you're 2-0 up at home. Keith Larson tried to get on the edge of that pass, but unable to do so. Goes out for West Michigan Bearings throw-in. 54 minutes gone in this one. Really good pressure there, and kind of a mess at the back, and they're going to try to get this one in the box really quick as the keeper's off his line, unable to do so. But Bosch Tanny still on the ball. Bosch Tanny driving. Evades 2 tackles. And again, really, really good composure there from Tanny. And Strayberger in the mixer now. Larson in the mixer as well. Brady Walker plays the ball into the box. And it's cleared out. Only as far as Brady Walker, who's going to take a touch. Go down. Referee waves at him to get up. It didn't look like a foul from up here. Referee definitely had a better view of it than I did. Brady Walker went down there looking for the penalty, but not given. Mazzo there, try to get something going. Jack Zuge over to find his Spartan teammate, Will Perkins. Bosch Haney does well. Strayberger there. Ball's pushed out of play. It will be a throw-in deep into the West Michigan Bearings half for Detroit City Football Club. Gonna let Will Perkins take it. Last time out against Livonia, every single player that was rostered did come into the match. Even the goalkeeper, we saw a substitution of the goalkeeper. So probably a really good thing for A, the players, for the morale of the team, and B, for the coaching staff to allow that to happen when you're up big. And Brady Walker here pouncing out a missed clearance, excuse me. Gets to the path of Keith Larson. Keith Larson takes a shot. Hits the side netting for a second. I thought that one went in, but really, really good work there by Walker on that far side to create the space, find his footing, get it to Keith Larson, and Keith Larson strike. Just misses the target, but it's been really threatening since he came on and since finding that goal. Bearings now in some space. This near side for the Bearings. Reed Culberson takes a right-footed strike, actually passes it into the path of his teammate, and then a volley attempt sails over the bar. That's the first shot of the match from the West Michigan Bearings here, coming in the 56th minute. Of course, for Detroit City FC, a 3-match day here on the docket. The first one being this under-23s match. And then at 7:30, the men's first team will host Stumptown Athletic and NISA play. And UWS Detroit City FC first team is in Muskegon for the match against the Muskegon Risers. So a lot of soccer here on hand if you're a Detroit City FC fan. And I'm sure they're going to be following all these matches very tightly and hoping for a good night of soccer. Owen Finney there with a good ball over the top. A lot of power on that one. Thought it was going to find the feet of somebody, but goes out. And Detroit City FC get a throw-in. Brady Walker going to take this throw in. James Lee took a touch. It was kind of wayward, but does well. And the referee's going to say that was a foul. And it looks like James Lee's going to go into the book for that one. So a yellow card issued to number 20, James Lee for Detroit City FC. The second yellow card of this match. One for the Bearings and now one for DCFC. Everyone queuing up now in the box. This is they get a good ball in here. This could be one of the most dangerous chances here for the Bearings. Referee allows it. Here we go. Played into the box. Oh, Infinity there does well to command his back line. He's got it. He's got it. Jumps up, claims it. And it will now be what's essentially a goal kick for Detroit City FC. They're obviously in no hurry here, being 2-0 up. Again, really just controlling the play like they have done all match. Kellen Landefeld has been a key part of that, just absolutely tireless out there. Jack Zuge, when he's been on the ball, he's been dangerous. Landefeld plays it forward to Bosch Tanny, who's kind of a keeper thought about coming out, played across. And the West Michigan Bearings keeper, Carter Selvius, claims that one before it found the feet of Keith Larson. Temperature hasn't really dropped too much here at Keyworth. The wind's been a little bit less of a pest in the second half. Flags to my right, still flowing in the wind. See the American flag over there. Been blowing all match. I can't recall a time yet in this match where the Detroit City FC back line has been under any pressure. Ball played over the top. That'll be Brady Walker who gets over to it. He has Zuge in the middle with him. Gets it over to Zuge. It's a touch and controls the ball when he has three people around him, but Walker unable to get the ball over to Bosch Tanny. Like I mentioned, 3 games today for the Detroit City FC teams. The one at 7:30 here against Stumptown Athletic. The men's NISA first team started an unbelievable run. A lot of minutes without conceding a goal. They're going to hope to continue that one tonight. Last time out, they won 3-0 against the LA Force here at Keyworth Stadium on a wet Wednesday night. Detroit City FC UWS first team in Muskegon. They believe that'll be a good match as well. They only suffered their first loss of the season against the Chicago Mustangs last weekend. It was a 3-1, but really interesting game on both sides. Really forward, and looks like we're going to see a foul go the other way. It'll be a free kick here to the Bearings. Like a substitution here for the West Michigan Bearings. Looks like number 14, Conor Hughes. Number 14, Conor Hughes will come off for the Bearings. Looks like he's going to be replaced by Levi Height. Goalkeeper change for the Bearings. Andrew Marsh. Back underway here at Keyworth Stadium. A little bit confused with that substitution change, but nevertheless, we're back. Bosch Tanny pressured, but does well to make sure the last touch is off the Bearings player and retains possession now. Infinity now, they're not really, like I said in the first half, they're not really having to bring out an extra gear here in this one, and still been able to maintain a ton of control in this match. Josh Waits plays it up to Landefeld, who gets it back to Waits. Nice little 1-2. That's kind of been the elixir for the Detroit City FC success, has been those 1-2s and those little triangles between the fullbacks and the midfielders, which then when they look up, they have players breaking forward. Ball played in by Walker. Will Perkins might get to the end of it, and it's a really good touch. Looks like it'll go out for a corner. Detroit City FC will have another corner in this match, this one on the near side. Looks like Brady Walker's going to walk over to take this one. Of course, every set piece in this one before Shion Soga went off was taken by him. All the free kicks, corners, all that stuff. And now Brady Walker seems to be the man they rely upon. Ball played into the box. Keith Larson first to rise to it. Into the hands of the West Michigan Bearings goalkeeper. Bearings have yet to really come out of their shell in this one. First time here. Gonna try to get to that fullback. Unable to run the ball down. It will be a throw-in. At this point, if I'm the Bearings, I just go for it. I'm 2-0 down. Got nothing to lose. Try to make Detroit CFC think a little bit. Put their back line under a little bit of pressure. Will Perkins with a really, dare I say, professional touch there and blast forward. That'll be a free kick to Detroit City FC. Who again, walking, taking their time. They're in no hurry. 2-0 lead. Looks like there's going to be another substitution here for Detroit City FC. Strayberger on that far side, unable to keep the ball in play. It's like 2 substitutions coming in for Le Rouge. We will get you those when we get them. Hard to see on that far side. Always let a play for Detroit City FC throw-in. Last couple minutes of this match, been pretty low-key. 64 minutes gone in this one. Keith Larson takes a touch from nearly about the same spot his run started when he scored that strike with his left foot. Assistant coaching staff over there writing up the cards for these guys to come in. Ryan Dobson looks like he's going to be making his way onto the field for Le Rouge. Going through his final paces. Keith Larson does well to play the ball into the box. Bosch Tandy was there. So was Brady Walker. Misread the flight of the ball. Jack Zugai, he would argue to won that one cleanly, but referee has other opinions. It's a free kick to the Bearings, taken quickly. And back to their goalkeeper. Ryan Dobson is a defender from Liverpool, England, so probably come on in space of a defender. Came on in that second half against Livonia when, like I said, every player who was rostered for that day came onto the field. As we see a slip there from the Bearings center back, but unable to slip in his teammate behind. Back to Owen Finnerty, who's really not had much to do. Like I said, the only shot from the Bearings came in the 55th minute, and that was always a hopeful strike. Really shooting at nothing there. James Lee and Josh Waits early on in this Midwest Premier League season seemed to have quite the partnership. Of course, helped out by the tireless midfield play and the pressing and the quick passes and all that stuff. But every time they've been challenged, they've been really calm and level-headed and done a really good job to clear their lines. And then on the ball, too. So we see here Waits go a little bit forward, get the ball to Bosch Tanny, Strayberger, who was unable to find Tanny, who was on the far side. Great tackle there from Mazzo, who, like I said, not afraid to get stuck in, even though he's such a creative midfielder. Best of both worlds there out of the Brazilian midfielder. Madonna University midfielder, Sao Paulo, Brazil. Perkins plays the ball forward. It's like Strayberger. Then now the subs for Detroit City FC will take place. Looks like Lee will be making way in this one after putting an absolute shift in the Detroit City FC back line. Lee and Bosch Tandy coming off for Detroit City. Ryan Dobson making his way onto the field. Going to take James Lee's spot in that back line. Will Perkins is going to shift over The ball there in the field is number 12, Nick Stone from Pinckney, Michigan. Sophomore at Michigan State. As we see Keith Larson get away from his man on that near side. At the goal line. Going to take a few touches. He has Strayberger into the box. A strike and almost found the back of the net there from Kellen Landefeld. The strike was always bending away from the goalkeeper there, Andrew Marsh, but does well to get over to it. Not much speed on it, just bending away, and those are always difficult for goalkeepers, even with the safest of hands. And it remains 2-0 here. As I was saying, Nick Stone played over 1,000 minutes for the Spartans in 2019. 942 minutes in the truncated 2021 spring coronavirus season. Crucial part of MSU's back line. Damon Menting puts a lot of trust in him, even though he's so young. And like I said, came on against Livonia. Got a good Spartan core out there on the field right now. Will Perkins, Jack Zuge, Nick Stone, excuse me. Ryan Dobson, like I said, from Liverpool, England. Came on against Livonia, comes on here today. Yet to start a match in these 3 games. Seems to be slotting into that right back position, which really demands, Coach Hobby's demanding his fullbacks to really bomb on, bomb forward, and he's in so much space on that far side if he can be found by Nick Stone, unable to be found, and West Michigan figures it out. Gets turned there a little bit, but he's staying with his man. Not going to be an easy one for sure into the box. He goes over. It was always stumbling down was Reed Culberson, and it will be a West Michigan Bearings corner. I believe their first of the match as we come up on the 69th minute of this one. Really nice breeze coming in as we eclipse the 69th minute. Ball played into the box from the corner. And cleared away immediately. Will Perkins is going to run over, try to get to it. It will go out of play. Unable to track that one down. Again, Owen Finnerty yet to be challenged in this match. Takes a touch, plays it forward, and Nick Stone's going to clean up the mess. And actually, he's going to let his pal Owen Finnerty take care of it for him. We creep up on 20 minutes left in this one. Keith Larson does really well to maintain possession, even going to ground, and still has possession through 2 missed time tackles. Keith Larson's going to be through here with the right-footed strike. And that would have been an incredible solo effort there from Keith Larson, who almost went down 3 or 4 times. Actually did go down, but still kept the ball at his feet. Keith Larson really wanted to score that one for his highlight reel. But it remains 2-0 here at Keyworth Stadium. Of course, Keith Larson was the one who doubled the advantage for Le Rouge, coming on for the goal scorer Zion Beaton. Throw in here to the Bearings. Another throw into the Bearings. Looks like referee makes a decision at the center of the pitch. Referee's sweating up there. It looks like a lot of guys are sweating down there. Like I mentioned before, say it again, 88 degrees. If you're planning to come out for the second match of this one at Keyworth Stadium against Stumptown Athletic, I cannot stress enough. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. It's going to be a hot one tonight at Keyworth. Landefeld with really, really good pressure. Earns his side of the ball again. Goes down. Referee's going to pull into the pocket of that one. Looks like it'll be a yellow card to the Bearings, their second of the match. Unsure who. He won't turn around for us. I don't think he has any regard for our broadcast. Got an eye on him. I will. Looks like number 6 for the West Michigan Bearings goes into the book. Levi Height, the substitute. Thank you. Free kick over here taken by Mazzo. From a position that could have been played into the box, but elects to get to Zuge, who takes a shot, and it's deflected and goes over. And actually, for a minute was going to be collected by Marsh, but the touch that he put on it will go out for Detroit City FC corner. Going to be run over and taken by Brady Walker, who took the last corner for Detroit City FC once Shion Soga came off. And again, we hope Shion's okay. Really dominated that match out in Livonia last week. Did well to earn a penalty kick, which then he took and converted. So doing a lot of work for himself there. And ball played into the box. Keith Larson rises to it and gets a header on goal. He'll be saved by Marsh. And Keith Larson has been a menace since coming onto this one. Goalkeeper been challenged a few times since coming on, but has done a really good job making some of these saves. 73 minutes gone in this one. And you would think, I mean, this is the same exact thing we've been seeing since minute one of this one. Just domination from Detroit City FC. Nothing of note out of the bearings so far. So that's Detroit City FC domination in the midfield, but very seldom have any real clear-cut opportunities been made. The only one I can think of are the Will Perkins one that was saved in that first half, and then the goal by Zion Beaton. But you look at, Keith Larson's goal, it wasn't that clear-cut. He did a lot of work himself on that one, made the space, took the shot from outside the box. It was a curler, and did well to double the advantage. Good tackle there from Nick Stone. Gets it to Kellen Landefeld, who has Straberger on his right side. Elects not to go to him, and Landefeld cuts back in and gets it back to Stone. That's that MSU connection right there. Thought he was going to maybe complete the MSU triplet there and get it over to Zuge, who then maybe could have got it to Perkins, but alas. Josh Waits plays it forward in the path of Perkins. Perkins is going to be there, unable to track it down before it went out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick. We have another substitution here for Detroit City FC. Looks like number 5, Mazzo, is coming off. 2 substitutions for Detroit City FC. Mazzo and Kellen Landefeld leave the pitch. They're going to be replaced. I believe that's Sam Harshey, who's just come onto the field. Yep, number 2, Sam Harshey from Dexter, Michigan. As well as number 99, Wasim Matana, who's a Hamtramck. He's from Hamtramck, Michigan. Local lad. Sure he's from his house, can hear some of the chants and the goal celebrations that's been happening at Keyworth Stadium since 2016. So cool for him to come on. Keith Larson gets good ball, and Matana was almost played in there. Keith Larson instead plays into Jack Zuge, taken down in the box. It'll be a penalty for Detroit City FC. A really, really good ball from Larson found the feet of Zuge, who was then taken out by Marsh, and it'll be a penalty kick to Detroit City FC. Looks like Larson, they're queuing up, of course, to take it like they always do. It looks like Larson might win this battle here to take it. We'll see. Larson might have resigned it to Will Perkins, who I think's going to take this penalty. Perkins now sets the ball down on the spot. Has the chance to make it 3-0 here for Le Rouge. Just waiting on the referee's whistle. Perkins steps up. And it really wasn't that fast of a penalty. It was saved by the goalkeeper. And situations like that, you're going to know Keith Larson in his head's maybe thinking, I could have scored that one. But nonetheless, 2-0 there. Not that much jeopardy in that one and missing it, as Detroit City FC still have a 2-0 lead as we approach the final 15 minutes of this match. Sam Harshey, who just came on for Detroit City FC, plays his college soccer at Yale, but has actually had his freshman season canceled by the pandemic. The Ivy League decided not to play ball in the spring, like the Big Ten and all the other Power 5 conferences decided to. Sam Harshey, of course, for those Detroit City FC historians and trivia masters at home. His coach at Yale, Kylie Stannard, the first ever head coach for Detroit City FC. Now over at Yale, and I'm sure he said really good things about the Detroit City FC program to his young midfielder who now comes on in this match and is looking to make an impact and make Coach Javi think a little bit if he should be getting more minutes or even starting for some of these matches. Oh, Infinity really able to take a day off in this one. Not really done too much other than roll the ball to his center backs or play those goal kicks to his wing backs. We'll say someone who's been making a huge impact is coming out is Keith Larson. Tried to play Strayberger in there and does. He's going to find the feet. Number 21. Harshey there. Good header. Gets it down to Zuge. Zuge finds Mutana. Brady Walker. Brady Walker, a few touches. Keith Larson now. Gets it over. Ball rifled into the box. Strayberger on the edge of the area. Thought about shooting it. Walker now. Gets it out to Zuge. Zuge to Walker. Now back on this near side to Dobson. Back to Harshey. Mutana now. Fancy footwork. Eventually finds the feet of Will Perkins. Edge of the area, Brady Walker. Zuge now. Thought about a shot. Lays it back off now to Dobson. Dobson to Harshey. Every player feels like is going to get a touch in this chance for Detroit City FC if they can make a chance out of it. Zuge looking for something over the top. Nothing doing. Strayberger. Strayberger now. Back to Mutana. Mutana out wide to Perkins. Ball played in. Mutana. Goalkeeper made an error. And then took down Mutana. But the referee says otherwise and said it's not a foul. Hard for me to say due to the lines on the field, but it looked like he was taken down there in play. The goalkeeper came for it and just really made a mess of it. And Mutana looks like it was taken down, but referee sees it the other way. It'll be a goal kick now to the Bearings as we enter the 80th minute. Come up on the 80th minute, excuse me. Harshey really does well there to, it was 3-on-1. Wasn't the best case scenario, but does well to get a foot on it at least so it can be played back to Finnerty, who can blast it forward. Brady Walker. He's played all 80 so far, and you couldn't tell by looking at him. Really just keeping up that intensity on that far side. It's been the whole team really. First to every second ball, 50-50s, they've been right there for him. And that was the difference in Livonia. It's the difference so far here tonight at Keyworth. Misplaced pass there, rare one from Will Perkins. Dobson. Nick Stone. Strayberger. Zugai almost played in there. Not enough speed on that ball, and Strayberger tried to get a touch there and keep it his way, but throw into the Bearings. Referee waving him back. Next match for Detroit City FC's under 23 is, funny enough, at West Michigan Bearings on June 15th. Came into this one 2 wins, no draws, and no losses. Going to hope to add to that first number in that column. And Mutana really, really good to win possession back for his side there. Strayberger takes a touch. Takes a few touches with his right foot. Played it back out to Dobson. Dobson's going to play the ball into the box. Larson rises up to it. Puts it in the path of Mutana. Fancy footwork and buries it into the back of the net. The hometown hero, Mutana, local lad, Hamtramck, Michigan, scores a goal at Keyworth Stadium for Detroit City FC in his first appearance for the club. And he took that one really well. 3-0 lead for Detroit City FC. Good ball into the box from Dobson. Found the chest of Larson, who then chested it down into the path of Mutana. And that gives us the third goal of the night. All of them for Detroit City FC. Finnerty now. 3-0 cushion. Wonder if we'll see some activity on the Detroit City FC bench. They're in a similar position. They have a lot of subs already on the field, but the last couple ones, wouldn't be shocked if they came in with a 3-0 lead, but maybe let them see out this performance. Nick Stone doing a good job there. Ball played forward. Suge unable to get a foot on it. Really good job by Nick Stone there to beat the man. Get the ball out to Dobson. Dobson back to Stone. Harshey. I'm sure Kylie Standard's watching this match with pride, knowing that his young midfielder for Yale is on the field for the team that he coached back in 2012, back in those early days, the earliest days of Detroit City FC. Keith Larson now really good with his back to goal, but also not too shabby. His back away from goal. Ball played forward. Will Perkins, who had the penalty saved on that far side, stops, beats his man. Ball played across to Larson. Larson's going to take a strike and goes just over and wide of the crossbar, almost into one of those suites over there. Hits the netting and goal kick to the Bearings. Coming into this one, the Bearings were 3-1-1, 3 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss. Looks like this result's going to take them down to 3-2-1, their second loss of the season. Back-to-back games. They lost their first match on June 1st against VIH Grand Rapids. 2-1 loss, a late 2-1 loss, and really haven't recovered from that one too well here. They ought to be careful with how tight this Eastern Division of the Midwest Premier League is looking to be. And with, the Stars are 4 wins, only 1 loss, no draws. That loss being to this Detroit City FC side. So can be really tight at the top in this one. Can't really afford to be dropping back-to-back matches like this. But their next match, is against Inter Detroit on June 12th, week from today, at 1 p.m. VIH Grand Rapids, when they defeated the West Michigan Bearings, were 5th in the table, so you don't really want to call it an upset, but not the type of team you want to be losing if you want to make a run at that Eastern Division. We're in the 85th minute here. Detroit City FC started the scoring in the 21st minute through the right foot strike of Zion Beaton, who did a really good job to place the strike past the goalkeeper and find the back of the net. And then it was continued in the 51st minute when Keith Larson, coming on, did really an incredible job to create space at the edge of the box, then had that left-footed curling strike past the goalkeeper. And then we just saw it here in the 81st. Wasim Mutana, the Hamtramck native, like I said, you have to imagine he's heard the goal celebrations at Keyworth from his house, and to score one in his first appearance for Detroit City FC at Keyworth has to be a special feeling. Game's kind of slowed down now to a walking pace, and it's kind of in the hands of Detroit City FC, so no need to really press on and risk any extra cramps or anything of the sort. We saw Shion Soga go out of the match, start of the second half. Hopefully he's okay. Again, a really good gesture of sportsmanship there from the center backs for the Bearings to carry him off the field, and they were rewarded with a round of applause from the supporters for Detroit City FC that are here in the stadium for this one. Nick Stone with a really good ball in behind. Looks like Brady Walker's going to get to that one. I lied. Depth perception got the better of me there. It'll be a throw into the Bearings as 87 minutes gone in this one. It would take a miracle for Bearings to get anything out of this one. Don't want to speak too soon, but they haven't created anything all match, and to create 3 A, good chances, and B, goal scoring chances would be quite the turnaround here for Dave Hurdle's side. Dave Hurdle, though, in some ways has to be happy to see such a strong Michigan State contingent on the field for Detroit City FC. He was himself as a first-team All-Big Ten player for Michigan State in 2008. Was invited to the MLS Combine as a player. Like I said, played for the Richmond Kickers. And speaking of kicks, that's half volley attempt from outside the box. It was just over the bar. Owen Finnerty still yet to make a save in this one. He hasn't really had to. I believe that's only the second shot of the match for the Bearings to Detroit City FC's 19. So, pretty one-sided match so far in its entirety here at Keyworth Stadium. I said before, this is the first of 3 matches for Detroit City FC's teams today, with the Detroit City FC UWS first team kicking off in Muskegon at 7 p.m. As we see a turnover here, and Strayberger's onto it. Strayberger, kind of a wayward pass. UWS side for Detroit City FC doing well in division play. Suffered their first loss of the year to the Chicago Mustangs, but Mustangs, of course, in a different conference than Detroit City FC's squad, so not that much harm there. And Muskegon, pretty good team. Of course, Detroit City FC defeated them in their first ever match at Keyworth Stadium in front of fans for the women's side. Then at 7:30, NISA first team will be kicking off here at Keyworth Stadium against Stumptown Athletic. Detroit City FC men's NISA first team, of course, top of the table. Won the Legends Cup, won the fall tournament, so going to hope to keep up that winning tradition in tonight's match. Of course, already in the final on July 3rd here at Keyworth Stadium. Should be quite the spectacle. Hoping for a 9-point night for Detroit City FC's sides. Be sure to watch that game, either stream or I believe it's on local television. You'll have John Krieger and Neil Rule on the call for that one. Again, 7:30 kickoff for that match. You can catch the Detroit City FC UWS side play against the Muskegon Risers on my Cujo at 7. If you're coming to the match tonight, make sure to hydrate. Going to be a hot one. So we enter the 90th minute here. Stoppage time. I can't imagine the referees would give too much time, so I'm sure they're just as tired as some of the players are out there under this sweltering heat. That ball goes into the tunnel and knocks the chain off the steps. Again, no indication of how much stoppage time going to be added on here, but I would be shocked if it was any more than 2 minutes due to the nature of the temperature and weather, and just because of the nature of the game. Match award for this match. Johnson's coming on, and then so goal and assist. And stoppage time here in the second half tells his back line to calm down. Ball plays. Can't imagine much stoppage times left here in this one. Dobson to Stone. They're just passing this one around, seeing this game out. Waiting for it. Hear the whistle. I think everyone in the stadium is. Finnerty takes a touch. Plays it forward. Referee still not going to his watch yet. Ball played up to Dobson. Dobson does really well to play it through the legs, and Keith Larson could be in here. Kind of forced wide a little bit. Has some men in the box. Again, same position he scored from. Takes a few touches. Mutana again onto the end of a Keith Larson pass. Now Dobson plays it into the mixer. Dobson up. Larson. Zuge on the edge of the area. Thought about a strike. Plays it out to Perkins. Perkins plays in. Zuge. Back to goal. Zuge plays it across. Straberger. Now Zuge has a rip, and it goes wide of the target, and will be a corner for Detroit City FC. Referee making sure we play every second of stoppage time here at Keyworth Stadium. Corner taken quickly. Perkins. Perkins plays it to Zuge, edge of the area. Gets it back. Strike comes in, and keeper was rooted to the spot. Played out of bounds. Throw in for Detroit City FC. As clock's been at 90 for a few minutes now. Sam Harshey doing a good job since coming on. Perkins on the far side. Brady Walker does well. Zuge back to Walker. Zuge again. Mutana, the late goal scorer here on the ball. Dobson now. Over to Stone. To Harshey. Straberger gets it out wide. Good switch there to Zuge. Perkins takes a touch. Gets it back to Zuge. Zuge has people in the box with him. Mutana takes a strike and almost finds the back of the net for his second of the evening in Detroit City FC's fourth. Referee still okay with the amount of match that's being played. You have to imagine there's not much time left in it. Referee now 3 buzzes of the whistle, and that'll be it here at Keyworth Stadium. Detroit City FC advances to 3 wins, no losses, and no draws. And the West Michigan Bearings face their second loss of the season. I've been Jarrett Mackey. Thank you so much for joining us. Be sure to stick around later for Detroit City FC versus Stumptown FC at 7:30. Thank you so much for watching. If you're coming to the match, hydrate. Have a good one.